Hey guys, welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Real Housewives of Potomac AfterShow Season 1, Episode 9. Today we're talking Karen vs. Ashley. And does grabbing a man's butt make you gay? Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hey!
Go Sharice, it's your birthday.
Go Shawty, it's your birthday.
We're gonna party like it's your birthday. What up, AfterBuzz? It's your boy DJ Jesse Janedy here in the studio for the Real Housewives of Potomac, Potomac. AfterBuzz TV AfterShow. I'm joined in the studio by my favorite ladies in the world. We got Courtney Stewart.
What's up, y'all?
Miss Pink English.
Hello, lovers!
Serving Rhythm Nation.
Yes.
And Miss Shar Jossell serving Formation.
Hey,
So obviously we came in, we're in the club, it's your birthday because it was Sharice's birthday and the title of the episode was 50 Cents.
Like sense.
Sense.
Like common
Like,
sense.
Because
Sure.
ain't some of them have it. So
Right.
let's talk
Many
about
of them do not.
Just kidding. Alright, so we see Giselle and Robin, they meet up with each other. And one thing that I kind of have noticed is that Giselle, every time she goes out to eat, always makes sure, or not even, because even at her like makeup line, she really wanted to make sure she knew everybody's name.
Yes.
Like staff or anything. I just
And she
great.
always, whenever she drops off her car to the valet, she's always like, "Take care of my car. What was your
Yes.
name?" Like, she makes sure to get every piece of information.
I think it's important to get people's name in service. I do the same thing, especially at restaurants, because I find in my personal restaurant experience that I typically have a better experience if I know you by name.
yeah. It's like that thing where they say, treat the janitor like he's the CEO.
Exactly.
Right.
Now that's
'Cause
just
you never know.
That's just common hospitality. I
Oh,
mean,
girl.
that's just being kind.
That ain't
Well,
just
that
because
ain't
most
just,
people
'cause
don't
a lot
have
of
that.
folks don't do that.
At all.
Well,
All right, so they're talking about Juan, and
Juan.
apparently,
who is so hot. Oh my god.
I just love them together. But Giselle
I
felt
kind of don't anymore after this episode.
Well, yeah. Giselle went and talked to Juan.
Juan.
It's just
Inappropriate and out of place,
strange.
right?
Now when was that? Because I watched
3 days
the
before.
It was just like
They didn't
random,
show-
like,
Oh,
3
okay.
days
I'm like,
before.
I watched the last episode and I do not remember that
We didn't
scene.
get
They
to
showed us
see
two
that.
things in this episode that they haven't showed us in the season, but they had the footage, and I thought that's interesting that they did that. Especially this was 3 days earlier.
Well,
And you can kind of
They
tell
only had
some
10
of the
episodes.
episodes they do voiceovers, like when they're
Oh,
talking.
yeah.
Yo, when
so choppy.
Sharice went over to her, the other girl that was all ADR.
When
Yeah.
Karen was in the garage with her husband when she brought them
Oh,
out
yeah.
coffee,
Yes.
all those little dubs and
dubs.
voiceover,
Hideous.
I'm like, mm-mm.
terrible.
All right, so basically she was like, so how you guys doing? And Juan was like, we're great.
This ain't none of your business, girl.
And it's not.
Nanya.
It really
And a man,
isn't.
like, men
Yeah.
aren't gonna. They don't even talk about it with their boys. You think he's gonna break
No.
down with
Yes,
his?
I'm gonna ask her to
Let
marry
me
me.
tell
Well,
you
you say they don't
about.
talk about it with their boys, but Nick Young just got caught on camera.
Oh
He
no,
did?
he didn't.
What
Talking-
Is this
sad.
Iggy's?
Iggy's
Wait,
was
what happened?
talking
Wait,
about-
and they postponed their wedding.
because this his teammate had him on camera talking about other girls that he smashed.
Ooh.
But I mean, come on.
I'm with Courtney on
Amber
this one.
Rose-
I'm like,
Amber
Girl,
Rose
you
being
know
one
you
of
knew
them.
that.
No.
I'm with Courtney on this one. Like,
Please. I
Yeah,
think it
but-
would have been more shocking if he was on camera saying how much he loved and couldn't wait to get married.
right.
Like,
Or how many dudes?
Well,
he
no,
been
I'm just saying,
smashing.
like, they talk about that with their guys. They do.
Right.
They do talk about that.
they
with their
talk about
guys.
it in that capacity, but like when guys are like serious about somebody and about to take the next step, they're not
It's
like
not heartfelt.
spreading
So
it out
cute,
to
isn't it?
everybody. Usually, they might tell their like best friend, like I'm ready to do it, but they're not like.
My favorite thing from it was that basically Giselle was just like, look, just stop lying to your children.
I hope y'all figure that out.
Can we get the live feed?
Because it does get to a point where you constantly are lying to your kids, and there comes a certain age where you can't do that. No, like you can't have
Yeah.
them believe in Santa Claus for the rest of their life.
Yeah. But they're doing what works for them right now. Giselle, you need to mind your business. Like Ashley said, worry about the men or lack thereof in your life right
I will
now.
say that Giselle is not out of line in talking to Robin about it as long as Robin is comfortable talking about
Oh,
it
yeah.
because she hasn't said, all right, leave it alone, Giselle. Because I feel feel like Giselle's I personally would be concerned about my friend living with her husband that she divorced and is like obviously still in love with.
But she said that they did it for financial reasons, right? Because they got.
But also because he cheated on her, and she just said that she's not ready to open her heart back up to him, and that's why it's not going any further. So is she setting herself up for something that's not so great? So if I'm her friend for real, I would be concerned. So I understand Giselle's concern, and as long as Robin's fine with her constantly asking about it, then I'm not mad.
And she's not really being real with herself 100%
Exactly.
because she's like not wanting. She's like, we'll finally make the decision if you get that job away. If something comes along, no, don't hold on to that because obviously we saw later on in the episode he didn't get the job. So now she's like, okay, good, I can hold on more.
A little bit longer.
Yeah, and it doesn't work that way. You need to be an adult and make a decision.
Decide, girl.
This ain't a healthy situation. Come on, y'all. All right, from that we see Giselle. Her kids are like...
They're so cute.
I love them.
I love them too, but they know every dating service out there for them.
I know.
Yes. They're like, what you gonna do?
That's
Black
not
people
eat
meat?
harmony, black people meat, plenty of fish.
In today's society, that should not surprise. We're in a digital world. Those girls have access to the world by the touch of a phone screen, and all of these advertisements and things like that do not surprise me. You all know that once upon a time I worked in the Los Angeles school system, and these kids, like I worked the last time I worked, like the last few months I was like in a preschool classroom, and they know everything. They know everything.
Wait,
how to work
what
all
was
those
that?
Apple products.
What was that black site that you used to use back in the
Black
day?
Planet.
Black Planet. Is it still around?
That I don't know, but
Yes, you do.
No, I have some. I'm saying I have some stories about some Black Planet.
Everybody was on Black
I just
Planet.
remember, like, back in the day, they used to have, like, you could make pages and stuff, and, like, then those GIFs that everyone used to, those
They were horrendous.
horrendous
Yes.
GIFs
Horrid.
of,
Yes.
like, that one girl that looked like she was on fire, and she'd be like...
The ones that look like Microsoft Word art, but
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
right.
Let us know if there's still a Black Planet out there.
Somebody Google that.
Yes.
All right, so we see Katie meets up with her best friend T. And apparently we learned that she goes to 3 galas a week. And Andrew's still not ready to get married. But he is playing golf more. And apparently that means you're ready for marriage.
Because a lot of married men golf.
A lot of cheaters do too.
Yes, they do. That's what I was going to say.
She shaded Karen's gala.
Because it
Which was
wasn't.
kind of fair.
I mean, honestly.
It was pretty fair.
Everything we've seen Karen do now up until this point, if she's throwing it, it's very like she went to Ralph's, grabbed the flowers that were
Ralph's, Kroger,
$9.99,
whatever.
Grab the Hormel pepperoni and cheese tray.
and had her assistant slice it up, and then put a tablecloth over a table and call it a day.
I mean,
Where's the etiquette?
It was
You
the
weren't that mad at
pre-gala.
it. It was the pre-gala.
I wasn't that mad.
You weren't that mad at it.
You
last
didn't.
week.
You
I
didn't
was mad
mind.
at
I
it.
hated it.
Especially
I wanted to
them red tablecloths.
freaking jump through the screen.
I'm not gonna be mad at it because it was for a death of somebody.
Cornrows.
Like I'm not gonna.
But she was calling it.
But
a
Karen puts
pre-gala.
herself at such a level that it's like etiquette and everything is grand and beautiful and over the
Yeah,
top,
she
and
does-
she
she
has
does it to
huge
herself.
boobs and all this dark eyeshadow, and she has a glam squad and this and that, and
By
then
the
it's
way,
like
We've
you
never seen
come
her
with.
glam squad.
Her makeup
Yeah, we did.
was horrid.
They did
Yeah,
her.
when
They did her
charcoaled
makeup.
eyes,
Do they do
and
Wanda's
called her a drag
makeup too?
queen? Yeah, well, that's what
Yes.
she made a joke about how people are saying she looks like a drag queen.
She said
Oh no,
once-
Wanda, her bartender that was hired.
Yeah, her and Wanda should
Now,
run
Wanda-
together.
Wanda looked like she was drinking behind the bar.
Wanda looked like a
Defense,
mortician.
That was the black Bill Gates's bartender, so he probably knew her way back when.
Okay, no
And,
shade.
Like
Right, that's true.
Wanda used to service Ray on those outfits.
you know,
Cause she opened that door and walked right in. I'm Wanda. I'm like,
She had that
hello.
one little strip of ice
that's why
gray,
Karen got upset.
ice
Yes.
blue.
Yes.
But Karen,
Ray didn't tell me you were coming.
Karen's makeup was horrible for her house party. It was horrible.
Gosh. Someone said she used the church chairs at the gala. It totally looked like she did.
And the church tables. I could tell.
And
it was
the
3.
tablecloth.
Didn't she have 3 tables with 1 chair per table?
I don't even know.
No,
I
that's
swear.
a ticket
But
redemption
she
center.
had
like.
she had high tops, so
It was
I
just
don't think she
ugly.
had chairs. Did she?
I saw one
doubt
chair.
it
There were
When they did the
definitely
flash-
chairs,
When they did the
but-
flashback, there were chairs.
Oh,
but I
really?
think it was 1 chair per table.
To me, it really looked exactly like when Katie did the name christening thing.
Yeah, but that's like
Like,
not a
when Karen-
gala.
Different.
That's a little kid situation.
No, I know. That's
The
what I'm saying.
gala.
But it was. they were kind of similar.
Yeah, no offense.
More shit. That's shade on Karen.
Yeah.
But still, Katie hosted whatever that fashion show was, and that was looking ratchet as hell. So her
3 galas
excessive, like, oh, I'm so this.
I can't stand Katie.
I wanted to try to be on her team because I kind of get her perspective sometimes, and then she F's it up every single time. She keeps talking.
She just reminds me of certain girls that I went to high school with that I'm just like...
And for me, her venom towards Giselle is excessive because they're both equally obnoxious. Like, whatever. Yeah. And if you mad at her for that, you should be mad at every single person that was in the car enjoying that she was about to read that blog that you did.
Well, what did you guys think when she said, Giselle is spiritual and has a good heart, but she just dresses like a hoe?
But she's a good person.
Miss me with your respectability politics, girl. Next. Because someone could say that you have a good heart, but you
act like one.
You shacking up before you get married
with 3 little small children. So
under 3.
Yeah,
under 3.
We aren't going to stick with it too long, but Karen and Ray, we learned that Karen has an alter ego called Shaka. Which apparently...
She wished she could be Shaka Khan.
Apparently Shaka was upstairs early in the morning where she said, I could have that over and over again.
That was like a senior citizen porno, which no one would want to sign up for.
We get to walk around naked. Picture that. No, I'd rather not.
No, please.
Can I say
I hope you didn't
did?
Do that to production.
Can I not and just say I did? Like, girl...
That was not an image I wanted.
And then it like panned her butt, like grandma butt. Like no, no one wants to see that.
We saw Ashley and her mom, and that was just so funny with the whole like, why is the car cutting off? Because I was literally really in a car yesterday,
I hate
a Mercedes,
that. Yes.
And I kept being like, girl, someone wants your car. Why keep doing that? And then we got close to somebody, and the whole car just stopped.
Energy preservation, and then now they have those predictable brakes where it's sensors and
it's scary.
I hate it. That I would imagine that would take some getting used to.
Well, the mom talks about her bankruptcy and how her house was contaminated. She won the lawsuit, but the fees didn't cover the damage.
When she said contaminated, did she mean like termites and roaches and stuff?
It was probably mold.
Or maybe it was like on a faulty ground
like black
or something.
mold.
I think it was mold.
Yeah, that's usually.
But when you buy a house, why didn't she get that inspected?
Maybe it was a shady inspector. Who knows? But she won the lawsuit, so something was shady.
Something was shady.
But she didn't get it that much money, obviously. So that was just a weird situation.
Right. All right. So then I like this whole scene where Ashley, basically came down. She said, I'm in a place where I can help you. Me and Mike want to purchase your new home. And just seeing her mom break down with that was just cute because I can't wait to say that to my mom.
It was cute. And it was really nice to see the dynamic between her and her mom, the relationship that you could tell they're actually really close. Ashley looks up to her and she's educated, and she's really invested in her child, even though she didn't really have a lot to give.
Yeah. And just the way her mom couldn't look her in the eyes in that moment, it just really came off authentic.
Yeah.
Well, she's a prideful woman.
Wait, are y'all saying it was lead water in the house that the mom got rid of?
And I didn't see Ashley's Breakfast Club interview.
Didn't. Yeah,
I had no. She was up there with Envy and Angela Yee.
I can't imagine Ashley on the Breakfast Club interview.
I can't picture any Potomac girl.
I mean, I could see Giselle.
Yeah, okay.
I could definitely see Giselle.
But Giselle's not that.
Actually, she's like watching paint dry.
Exactly.
Really, like she doesn't really say anything.
What happened, so I don't think she would be entertaining.
See, I've never seen her outside of the show. Even though I did see her yesterday, I watched the BET Honors for the first time, and I was like, "Oh, look at her behind L.A. Reid." Like she was, back
she
off
was in there. What else did we see? We got Miss. Oh, who's that? Oh, so Charisse is prepping for her 50th birthday. She's doing family photos
that look horrible.
Well, the family
one was a
problem.
The family ones were cute.
Yes.
It was solo.
Yes.
I don't understand, and I've seen it quite often on this season, that women wear wedges with nighttime outfits, or like there's no reason to wear a wedge
big in the 90s?
Unless it's in the summer or springtime.
Chunky
and it's
heels,
daytime.
They are day shoes.
Wedges are day shoes. And they're spring and summer shoes. They're not winter or fall. So I don't understand. It was literally driving me crazy. Maybe just because I like clothes and fashion, that it was like bothering me.
It was painful.
But that whole situation that she
the
had
shorts,
on.
the sheer shirt that was
the bathing suit.
Red bra.
When she walked
the
out.
wig.
Yes. Well, we can't get a Sharice's hair.
Wait, can y'all type up in here? What did Charlamagne say about Ashley?
They just said he read her.
But what did he say?
My thing about the photo shoot was, personally, I feel personally victimized by wedges, so I don't wear them. I'm a stiletto girl 100%. Like wedges, I can see, okay, family reunion, maybe you got to walk across some grass to get to Uncle Ray's barbecue stand to get your plate.
You spent $80,000 on a...
But I'm on
and you're over here standing in some damn
get some tasteful Jimmy Choos or Manolos or Christian Loop, like.
And if it's supposed to be sexy, wear like a sexy heel or strappy or something.
Her makeup wasn't even done.
Nothing.
It looked like CoverGirl cosmetics.
It did
always that don't match her complexion at all, and it was just sad.
It was horrible.
That photo shoot was horrible. Katie giving the direct like. Pop, like what was that? What was that picture supposed to look like with the pop? I think about math problems. I was like, okay,
it's supposed to be to wake up your
something?
eyes. Like you're supposed to, so that if you have a new thought, there's something read differently in your eyes.
Like you look fresh.
Yes, but when Katie was like. Bug-eyed, that's not what it was. But
that was awful. And the clothing selection, the poses, I didn't mind. The Diva fan, I didn't mind.
Right.
The clothing.
The dogs were okay.
The dogs were great.
The belt chain, the chain belt thing.
It was all bad, honey.
What the hell? Who picked it out?
But
she probably did.
At 50 years old.
No, at 50 years old, if you're spending $80,000
on
a party, hire somebody to dress you.
And do you know how many jazzy 50-something-year-olds are walking around here?
Yes.
50, 60 years old, please.
Even Giselle dresses horrible, and she's not even 50. Like, she walked into that luncheon with her
for next week with that hat.
Robin. No, and she had on some, like, cape kind of situation. Like, what is going on?
I think that Sharice and Robin are the worst dressers.
They're probably dressed shopping at Steinmart. You know, like that older lady store.
Robin dresses like a
granny,
a woman her age from Cape Cod, honestly.
Yes, from Cape Cod,
Maine. Shout out to JB Fletcher. Only some of y'all get that reference.
So we find out that Eddie is not coming, and
that's sad.
Then we see a situation where her and Giselle, and they hear her talking about dating, and
I was looking at that comment. They said that she was wearing the red lace Kmart bra peeking up under the Marshall's dress.
It's so true.
Y'all ain't right. Caitlin Monroe, you ain't right.
But do you honestly think that she really mind her husband wasn't there? Do you think really?
No, I think
what she's doing is she knows she's getting a divorce. So she's spending a whole bunch of money right now. She's drinking champagne every day, doing as many fun things that she could do. Have an $80,000 birthday party, because why not?
But I also think
she doesn't have a prenup. She could spend all his money.
But I do think that if he walked through the door, it would have made her entire night.
Of course, because we're women and we have feelings. But at the end of the day, she's probably being a little bit spiteful and like, please add those floral arrangements onto the bill, whatever. He's paying for it.
Sharice needs to take note from Tina Knowles' grandmother, Karen.
First of all, y'all not gonna keep bringing Aunt Tina into this, because she ain't got nothing to do with it.
And Karen need to take some notes from Sharice, because Sharice threw a party
and it was beautiful.
And it wasn't the church tables, as you all said. The church tables and chairs.
What the hell are these people talking about?
I don't know.
All right, so we get to Sharice's birthday party. The first dress, she's wearing white with the fuzzy at the bottom.
No. It was... No,
I'm gonna explain to you because I wanted to be really excited about it when I saw the preview. I was like, okay, she's kind of trying.
Okay,
it did not fit. It was not tailored at all. It looked like she got it again at Marshall's out of the bargain bin.
No, she got it off an Instagram account.
Even worse, okay, because it looked cheap as hell, and her hair was terrible.
I love the concept of the dress. It was cute and appropriate.
Said Karen is Dwight before botched.
That is true.
Oh my God.
That is true. Her and Dwight do look like they could be related.
Y'all ain't right.
Y'all.
First of all, that party definitely could have been $80K if you renting out the museum.
The building looks like
the venue was probably the biggest. Well, the venue and the booze.
Yeah.
Because if you buy champagne.
Well, no, because I would imagine that they could probably have gotten a sponsor if it's going to be filmed.
But they didn't show anything. They didn't show anything. There was no signage. No signage or anything.
But we know how that works.
And it was it was also the Potomac, so maybe they ain't ready for sponsors yet.
All right. All right. So then we see Katie and Andrew came in. What did you think of Katie's outfit?
I don't remember.
I don't either.
I remember it. It was a black
and,
dress with like a high-low hemline.
I'd actually venture to say, I'd actually venture to say though that Brene, aka Gayle King, was the best dressed at the party. I didn't see the bottom. I saw the top half, and it looked very cute.
I would give it to Giselle just because it was simple and it didn't do anything. It wasn't exciting, but it wasn't bad. And
I don't
her
remember
blowout
actually
was finally
anything
right.
that they had on.
Brene was cute to me.
Well, I'd have
Gayle
to say
King.
Okay.
I think Giselle finally got her hair really right because it was like a nice.
Her
blowout.
hair
Giselle
was-
showed
She
up
looked
with
pretty.
Cal. We had Ashley who approached Karen, and
What
Karen
was
was like,
Ashley's
"Hey, girl."
skirt?
It was like
I liked
Forever
it.
21.
I didn't mind.
It was different.
I mean, I like
liked
the
it.
idea of something like fun and like a bubble skirt, but it looked.
It was
yeah,
Forever
it looked
21.
like Forever 21.
Or Children's Place.
Oh,
Stop.
It's, what do you mean?
Like a
Almost
hat
just
from the children's
pull
place
my
that
wig
she
down.
uses as a dress.
No, she can fit Children's Place.
She actually probably could. She's
Yeah.
tiny. but-
Ashley realized that Karen was
Husky.
only talking. I didn't like this part. Ashley admits to the other girls that she said, no, Karen was just talking about
But she
me.
was probably drunk because she didn't say that about
Well,
Ashley.
I think she was coming to the realization. Like, I don't think she was saying it like, yeah, I purposely said it was all of us. I think she was like, well, I mean, I guess maybe I said it.
Yeah,
like
that's how I looked at it, too.
received it as it was all of us, but that was obviously
But then
wrong.
Karen clarified that
Yes.
it's just you.
So,
Well, Karen, you should have been a little more clarifying when you said
Specifico.
it, because you definitely made it seem like older women
Yes.
shouldn't be around.
That's how I
younger
took
women.
it too.
So for Ashley to have
Karen
given
is
that-
doing too much with this whole Ashley thing, in my opinion. Like,
It's-
she's doing way too much.
And
But I
I think
actually
it's
liked
because
Karen's
she's
outfit.
jealous. Yeah, I didn't mind Karen's
I
outfit.
thought it was very tasteful and it was cute and interesting. She had that like
peach.
asymmetrical crop top. It was kind of cute. In yellow.
Giselle tells Ashley to stay clear and that she tried to smooth things over, but
Well, she did.
Giselle was
Giselle
being so
did
messy.
not.
Yeah,
She was
Giselle being
being
messy.
messy boots.
She was being
completely,
Sheree this
100%.
episode.
She was like, girl, she was over there telling Karen, girl, you know these children, they don't know
Right,
no better.
she-
And then she goes over to Ashley. She said, steer clear of her. I tried to, talk to her. I tried to talk her down. No, you didn't.
And then Karen tried her old lady shade, talking about Ashley belongs in a zoo. Bye, Ashley girl. Go pet a panda.
I'm sorry.
What
I didn't
kind of
get
fucking
it.
Snapchat
I saw that
filter
comment.
shade is that?
We
Like,
need to.
what?
We gonna get to
we
it.
gonna get to the Michael not
comment.
gay, but that was a good one, Wolf. That's a good comment.
Yeah.
There. That was funny. Sorry.
Um,
Are you white or black, Wolf, or something else?
So we see what happened on that. Skylar gives a speech. It was cute. Charisse raps, and her father was not here for that.
No, Daddy was like, what was his name?
I don't know, girl.
I just forgot. I wanted
but
to remember.
his facial expression was so
He
funny.
was like,
Probably like Willie Earl. He looked like a Willie Earl or something like that.
Michael squeezes Andrew's butt, and Giselle was very bothered by this.
Like, she's bothered by everything everybody else does.
This is
she's
when
just
all
nosy.
hell broke
Like,
loose.
she just
Let me
wants
go
to
start
start
some
mess.
It was just some of the things that she said that was just kind of like, she said, most non-gay men don't like when another guy squeezes their butts. And I'm just like, girl, you don't have a man to really know that.
Right.
Like,
I mean, but that is actual. I'd say I didn't see anything wrong with that.
okay, most straight men who aren't friends with each other would think that. But like... And I also do. There is a race thing. Tied to it.
I think there's
we just
a
had a
race
discussion
element to
about
that.
Michael B. Jordan and what's his name, and everyone because of the way he
Went
had
crazy.
his hand
Yeah.
said that was gay.
It is definitely, and I know that a lot of you are probably rolling your eyes right now, but it is, I think, a racial thing. Because there's different things culturally that white people do that black people just don't, and vice versa.
I don't think it's racial. I think it's
It was racial
more-
for Giselle because she's not used to that.
I don't.
It's
but
cultural.
I think
Racial's
it's
the wrong word.
Yes,
It's
it's cultural.
cultural.
It's from where
It's
you're
different.
from. I think European men are different. I think Australian men are different. If you traveled the world, then you kind of know that people from different cultures are more loving. Like, they kiss each other on the lips. They hug
there's
each other. And
nothing
there's
gay
nothing
about it.
gay
And I
about that. They hug each other. They may smack someone's butt. The kids in Italy drink wine. There's so many different things that are culturally different than
But that just
Americans.
confirms what Giselle was saying. Because, I mean, I'm going to be real. In her age bracket, 40-something, whatever,
Yes.
the 40-something straight black
Yep.
men that I know would not
They
be
ain't going for
okay
that.
with somebody mushing their butt.
At least
They
publicly.
just cool and not publicly. You know what I'm saying?
But-
they would be like,
But
freak, like, what the
also,
hell
we
was
have
that?
to remember that he is not from here.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You
Like,
know?
but
That's
coming
what
from where Giselle is
it's
coming from, that's that's why the comment was made. Is that some white people shit?
Because what she said was he didn't grab her ass, or my ass. But he grabbed his ass. That's what she said in the confession.
Could a 40-year-old Australian black man grab another man's butt and be like, "Oh, is it a race thing?"
Listen, that's why I'm clarifying. I'm not saying it's a race thing. It's a cultural thing. And even still, if you really want to talk the talk, I know that in a lot of experiences, white people are typically just culturally given a certain license, even women, but white people in particular are given a certain license to be sexually free that may be looked upon as taboo in our communities. Like there are stories of I kissed a girl, that girl on girl action from a lot of white women that I hear from their college days, and even guys, when we were in the frat, when we were in Sigma Chi, we did this, that wouldn't happen in the D9 fraternities, things like that. So it is, I venture to say it's cultural.
Yeah, it's definitely
and there's
cultural.
Nothing wrong with it, but it's cultural.
Yeah, it's definitely cultural.
You got to get out there more often, Giselle, so you can experience some different type of men. Because maybe
it's
you
taboo.
be with one.
That's just what it is. It's not that it doesn't happen in the black community. It's that it's just kind of like swept. It's taboo. It's under the rug because it happens.
It's more Black American community.
Black American.
Community.
That's why the Michael B. Jordan thing got so big. So calm down, Giselle. He's not
like the what is it? The feminization of the black man. Like what? It's just a picture. Come on.
I mean, it comes from somewhere, guys. Mm-hmm. Even if you don't agree with it, there's a reason we're afraid of that.
So, Kate,
but that's
I don't mind if someone.
But that's internal situation.
You know how many people grab my boobs all the time? What the hell?
Man.
I just did it. I'm not gay.
All right. I'm just saying that there are certain things, and then of course they this conversation went totally left in the party.
Well, first of all, before we get into that, Robin makes the comment, "You're not worried your husband touched another man's ass?" Like, girl, you're not worried that your husband is not your husband living in your house and doing whatever he please. Like, mind your
smile.
Well, think if that's where she's coming from. Her man cheated on her, and so that's where her brain is. It's like, you're fine with him like fondling men or women and taking his pants off.
The way that I look at it is we don't know the inner workings of people's marriages, and things may work for Ashley and Michael that may not work for the next couple. Because I've heard stories, especially in these Hollywood streets, about how people's marriages, my definition of marriage has been totally redefined with sitting around at some of these house parties here about how some of these Hollywood couples
destroying the word of the Lord.
Yes, they are completely. But yeah,
people do what works for them.
People live their life how they like it. Sometimes they have, sister wives and
they do what works for them.
Yep, it's true.
All right, so then it turns into a biracial conversation.
Because of the white comment.
Again.
And that struck, what's her name, Katie's chord, because she doesn't want to feel like somebody's calling her just white, and how could you say that, and why are you making it about race? And then
but when nobody even talking to Katie when they said the white thing, right?
They weren't it talking, went back to that flashback of when Giselle said to Katie, "What are you today? Yeah. Are you black or are you white
That's
today?"
why Katie got super offended and turned it into, "Well, bitch, you're biracial." No.
Okay, so here's my take on that. Okay, my family, and I've made this no secret, my mother's side is a long lineage of the Creoles, honey, and I have a cousin who I have actually a few, but a cousin that I grew up with in particular, she looks like a Robin Giselle, and her parents, like her mom is like English's complexion, and her dad is like a shade darker than me, and there's no hibbity hobbity. She looks just like the both of them, but my grandmother, and especially my grandfather, they were very, very fair-skinned people. My grandfather, his sisters all had high cheekbones and hair down to the crack of their ass. So it's just, and she's not considered biracial. It's what your parents are. So what if they have lineages like that where, you know how things can skip generations. And
every black American in this country has a mixed lineage. So you can't just call her just because she happened to come out
green eyes,
but not even blonde hair because she's not blonde.
Africa, there are African people who look like Giselle Ron, but they are not considered black.
But it's Katie who's saying this. So
well, in America, they're still considered. Well, at least in my family, they're still considered black because Creole isn't a race; it's a culture, it's a heritage. Right. So while I do come from a Creole ancestry, it's no question that I'm black. It's no question that my cousin is black. But we got freckles and from the blackest of black to the fairest of fair. That's just how our family works, but everybody looks alike and things generationally skip.
That's
so just how it is. We know our history.
From the ignorant white boy. So in my Greek world, if my dad was half Turkish. I can say I'm 100% Greek because I can go back multiple generations, and we all come from Greece. So if, like, say your grandmother was half Irish, and, you know, would that considered be biracial?
No.
So you wouldn't
I think it boils down to your parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I think it boils down to.
But so if your grandmother was half white, though, then your mother would be...
But I mean, you could identify as Irish. Like, a lot of people, I mean, St. Patrick's Day, they come around, they're like, hey, my third... Yeah, culturally, I can identify as that. But you wouldn't say I'm biracial because I have a quarter, you know,
even
Irish.
I know some black people who try it with that Native American.
Oh, bitch, please. And the natives hate that because they're like, bitch, you ain't Cherokee. Check it.
But no, I think it boils down, and correct me if I'm wrong, tweet me, but I think it boils down to your parents. That's what determines your biracial or lack thereof type thing. It's not what your grandmother or your no.
So, like, Katie has a white parent, right?
Katie directly has a black mother and a white father.
So when Giselle says that, father Irish or something like that?
Well, we don't know. Her mom never knew.
I thought Frankie said that Keisha Cole's
said he was Italian, but she didn't really know because she was on cocaine.
When Giselle says, "What do you want to be today?" That really is.
Oh yeah, that's rude.
That is derogatory.
Yes. Okay. But it comes from a history of people because it was better to be a little more white. So the idea that Giselle gets offended because she doesn't like the idea that Katie feels like she has to identify with both, as if there's something wrong with just being black.
Exactly.
So that goes
deeper. And that's a conversation deep in our community.
It goes as far as back as the slavery times when who was allowed in the house and who was allowed in the fields.
And Giselle has been fighting for her blackness her entire life because she's got green eyes and light skin.
And Robin probably
even though neither one of them are a natural blonde or have naturally long hair because they're both wearing weaves.
Robin too?
Well, Robin's not wearing weave, but she's not natural blonde. Because she was saying, like, you see my roots?
So Ashley confronts Michael, and what did you guys get from that?
I like the way that she proposed the question to him. She was like, hey, so they're saying that you grabbed his butt. And he said no. He kind of lied a little bit in the midst of it. And I was like, something ain't right about this.
Well, she said play with his butt. He's like, I mean, were you playing with his butt?
First of all, Michael was fucked up.
Well,
I don't think Michael knew what was
Michael's
happening.
eyes were bloodshot. Okay,
he
Michael
started
was gone.
crying.
They were glassed over, then he started crying. Like,
Michael was gone. He's like, you're the sweetest, most beautifulest
you're
person
so smart.
I
the
love
funniest
you so
woman
much.
I've ever met. Girl, he didn't know what you was talking about.
Well, on that note, let's head into what? Predictions.
For the season finale.
Which looks like a...
And now,
Who is that?
your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Zoe Kravitz?
Yeah.
What about her?
I was just going to say, because he said Zoe Kravitz is not entirely true because both her parents are biracial and she's biracial. They identify as biracial, therefore their child identifies as biracial.
Right.
Just same way that
And I
Robin's
thought her
parents
mom was
identify
Crip.
as black. So
I thought her mom identified as black. I thought her mom was a Creole. Maybe it's because of her last name.
I'm pretty sure she was biracial.
Whatever. I'm not here for picking apart other people's genealogy.
He did have tipsy tears.
Yes. I like that term. I never heard
Tipsy
that term
tears.
before.
Happens.
Tipsy tears.
All right, so next week we're going to see Andrew wants to go on vacation, but not with Katie.
Surprise, surprise. Are they even still together? Do we know?
I don't care, honestly.
Because she cut off all her hair and had an afro wig on her.
Maybe Katie needs to go.
Is she in the Nina
Peter.
Simone biopic?
Well, maybe. I couldn't tell if it was a wig or if it was for real. But I was like, if Andrew dumped her, like that would be a thing. Like I'm gonna cut my hair off and
real
grow my
black
fro.
now. You want to break up with me?
I'm giving up on white guys. I'm going back to the
real.
chocolate
I'm about to be
boys.
super black on that ass.
I'm gonna go file for unemployment, EBT, everything.
You know what? I think it was a wig
because you know
she took it way over.
All right, so
that's
then we're gonna
excuse me, woman. That's them type file and follow that.
We're gonna get a coming to Jesus lunch
with a horrible hat.
Giselle thinks
Horrible.
Katie has a
Sparklish.
problem being
Horrible.
black, and then Karen reads Ashley.
Again.
Karen, see, okay, maybe you all agree with me and maybe you won't. Karen's reads have no effect without the music bed up under them, the boom. But like Karen, every time Karen delivers a read, I'm like,
It's
I'm
like
so unimpressed.
No, my grandma has better reads than that. It's like just
shade.
horrible.
She's only had two. that were decent. The first one was like that first episode when she said, I don't even remember it now, so maybe it wasn't that decent.
Don't come for me unless that's something like that.
It was in that
You
vein,
can't find me. Don't
whatever.
come for me because you can't find me.
That was her one cute one, and I think she maybe had one more.
Taken or something like that.
Otherwise, she sucks.
She sucks.
You gonna go to bed? We ain't even do the Real Housewives of Atlanta after show. You got another 2 hours. You can
He's
stay
in
up.
Denmark.
I don't give a damn.
What time is it in
Stay
Denmark?
up, Denmark. Mr. Henry.
Mr. Henry.
Hanging hard.
Anyways, all right. We want to thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit us up at AfterBuzz TV on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You guys can tweet me everywhere at DJ Jesse J.
I'm at Stuart Starlet.
I'm at Pink English on Instagram, and then on Twitter, Speak English or English Speaks, whatever.
And I'm at Shar Says So on everything. So hit me up.
And bye Germany, bye Patrice. Y'all shade.
Bye, Chis.
Anyways, for anyone who else wants to stay up, we'll see you in an hour. Peace.
Bye-bye.
I'm into having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug, get into getting rough. When I pull up out front, you see the Benz on dub. From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Like the YouTube comments?
Yes.
I didn't look at any of them.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.